For fresh graduates, the HR interview round is often the most important part of the hiring process. Unlike technical rounds that focus on your subject knowledge, the HR round focuses on your personality, your communication, and your readiness to start your career. Many freshers assume that HR questions are simple and don't require preparation. But in reality, these questions can decide whether or not you land your first job. The HR interview helps employers understand who you are beyond your academic scores and projects. They want to see your confidence, your motivation to work, and how you might fit into their organizational culture. Because freshers don't have years of work experience, HR professionals are more interested in your attitude, willingness to learn, and career goals. That's why preparing for HR interview questions for freshers is so important. In this guide, we'll go through the most common questions, provide sample answers, and share practical tips to help you succeed. Question 1. Tell me about yourself. This is almost always the opening question, and it gives the interviewer their first impression of you. Here's the answer. My name is your name, and I recently completed my graduation in your stream. During my academic journey, I worked on several projects, including mention one project or internship, which helped me strengthen my skills in mention skill. I am particularly interested in your career field because it allows me to combine my strengths in problem solving and creativity. I am excited to begin my professional journey, and I see this opportunity as the right place to learn and grow. Tip: keep it short and confident. Focus on your academics, projects, and what motivates you. Question 2. Why should we hire you as a fresher? This is your chance to show your value even without experience. Here's the answer. Even though I am a fresher, I bring enthusiasm, dedication, and a willingness to learn quickly. I believe my academic background and internship experience have given me a solid foundation in mention skills. More importantly, I am adaptable and eager to contribute to your team. I may not have years of work experience, but I do have the drive and the ability to put in my best efforts for the success of the organization. Tip: highlight your learning ability and positive attitude. Question 3. What are your strengths? Freshers can shine here by talking about qualities that suit the workplace. Here's the answer. My key strengths are adaptability, teamwork, and persistence. In college projects, I often worked with diverse groups of people, and I was able to adjust quickly to different working styles. I also believe in completing tasks with dedication, even when faced with challenges. These qualities will help me adjust smoothly to a professional environment. Tip: choose strengths that are useful in any job, such as teamwork, adaptability, or problem solving. Question 4. What are your weaknesses? Our professionals want to see honesty and self-awareness. Here's the answer. One weakness I identified in myself is that I sometimes take extra time to make decisions because I like to analyze things carefully. While this ensures accuracy, it can slow me down. To improve, I have started practicing decision-making in smaller tasks and setting time limits, which has already helped me become quicker without losing quality. Tip: choose a weakness you're improving on, not something that could seriously harm your job. Question 5. What are your career goals? This shows if you're planning to stay and grow. Here's the answer. My short-term goal is to gain practical experience and develop my skills in a professional environment. My long-term goal is to take on greater responsibilities, contribute to meaningful projects, and grow into a leadership role over time. I believe starting here will give me the right platform to achieve those goals. Tip: balance ambition with loyalty to the company. Question 6. How do you handle pressure or deadlines? Employers want to know if you can cope in a fast-paced environment. Here's the answer. I handle pressure by staying organized and prioritizing tasks. For example, during my final year, I had to complete my project, prepare for exams, and manage extracurricular activities all at once. I created a schedule, focused on one task at a time, and made sure I didn't panic. That experience taught me how to remain calm under deadlines, and I believe the same approach will help me in professional situations. Tip: always give an example from academics or internships. Question 7. Do you have any internship or project experience? This is common for freshers without full-time jobs. Here's the answer. Yes, during my graduation, I worked on a project titled Project Name, where I learned specific skills. I also completed an internship at Company Name, where I gained exposure to real-world applications of my subject. These experiences helped me bridge the gap between theory and practice. Tip: be specific. Don't just say, "I did a project," explain what you learned. Question 8. What motivates you? This question checks your inner drive. Here's the answer. I am motivated by learning new things and solving problems. For example, whenever I faced challenges in my academic projects, I enjoyed researching solutions and applying them successfully. I also feel motivated when my efforts contribute to a team's success. The opportunity to keep growing while contributing to an organization is a strong motivator for me. Tip: link your motivation to learning, teamwork, and contribution. Question 9. Are you comfortable with relocation or working shifts? Companies often ask this to check your flexibility. Here's the answer. Yes, I am open to relocation and working shifts if required. I understand that being flexible is part of growing in a career, and I am prepared for that. I see it as an opportunity to explore, learn, and adapt to different environments. Tip: unless you truly cannot, show flexibility. It improves your chances. Question 10. Do you have any questions for us? Freshers sometimes skip this, but asking shows confidence. Here's the answer. Yes, I'd like to ask about the training and development opportunities provided to freshers. Also, how is performance typically evaluated for someone starting out in this role? This will help me understand how I can perform well from the very beginning. Tip: ask questions about growth, training, or work culture, not just salary. Closing thoughts. For fresh graduates, the HR round is less about technical knowledge and more about personality, potential, and communication. Our interview questions for freshers are designed to test whether you have the right mindset to step into the professional world. The best way to prepare is to reflect on your strengths, projects, and goals. Practice speaking your answers out loud so that you sound confident and natural during the interview. Don't try to memorize word-for-word replies. Instead, understand the structure of each answer and speak in your own way. Remember, as a fresher, no one expects you to have years of experience. What they want is enthusiasm, adaptability, and a willingness to learn. If you can show that you are motivated, confident, and ready to contribute, you can make a strong impression in your HR interview. With preparation and positivity, your HR round can become the stepping stone that turns your academic journey into a successful career.